Hello, everybody. Welcome back. You ready to join me in my little world for a bit and hang out, get caught up on some of the goings on lately? Thought I'd take you on a little tour of the flower garden. I mean, it's so fun to share because, gosh, you've seen it from the beginning when I was burning holes in this, and now look, a huge, beautiful row of snapdragons. I got a few bare spots where things died, but that's okay. And I got zinnias, and then there's some stock. And then at the end, we got yarrow. And then on the next row, sunflowers. And this little marigold patch is just so, it just makes me so happy. Look at that. It's so bright. I love it. Cosmos finally recovered after the deer ate them. And look at, they're starting to bloom. And you've seen the dahlias and the wildflowers, but this was what I was most excited about, the rudbeckia. Finally, those little babies, look at them. Look at that, rudbeckia. Oh, I just love it so much. So yeah, the flower garden is making me real happy these days. Real happy. And there's another project that, we're all about the projects around here, aren't we? Because we have so much time, right? This was another project that we got going. This greenhouse, we decided after hashing it out for a while that we're going to take the sides off of it, and my son's going to kind of redo the support beams and all that, and we're going to make this a covered picnic area. And up until about a couple of weeks ago, this place was it was where we stored everything that we just didn't know what to do with, and it was just full of junk and trash and old plants and all sorts of things. And so my son and daughter-in-law, they gutted it out one day when I was at work. And so they cleared it out, and there's a little refrigerator back there because we're going to turn this into a covered picnic area. So half of the sides they took off, the other half they haven't done yet, but that's been kind of cool and fun. And that's the next thing that we're going to be doing because we do like to have picnics. So I'm going to turn you around. There you go. So let's go park ourselves in the shade and we'll just chit chat for a few minutes. Yeah, I was kind of excited to just share the new stuff. So started my new job, actually my old job, the one I went back to after 2 years. Started that, and I love it there. I love it. I love being back there. And I was telling one of the doctors, I said, you know what a blessing this is for me? Because part of my job, dealing with the clients that I'll be dealing with, is that one of the things that we have to do for people is to help them downregulate their nervous system. And in order to do that, I have to do that. Sorry, I keep banging that microphone. It's a habit. But in order to help the client to feel relaxed, to feel safe, to feel supported, to feel like they can do the session and cleanse and heal and all that, then I need to be in a good space. And I thought, and I was telling her that is such a blessing for me, because I've just lived the last 2 years with my nervous system on high alert, cortisol spiking, just like crazy town. And now I get to flip the switch on that. And that was kind of the focus of what I wanted to talk about this time around, is the transitions. This is such a time of transition. There's a lot going on everywhere, transitions everywhere, from changing jobs and all of that. But they're good transitions. I'm looking forward to them, and we've done a lot of celebrating and parties over the last 2 weeks. It's been nonstop. We had a big retirement party that we hosted here. We had a going away party for me at work. We had a girls' night out, and then we had a girls' night in. There was a birthday. There was 4th of July. We went to a wedding. It's just been one thing after another. And It's fabulous. I love it. It's so much joy. And this is the time of year where the barbecues come out and people vacation and celebrate things. And I'm really grateful. But I was remembering how celebrations are always about a milestone or a transition. Retirement party, you go from working to being retired. A wedding, you go from being single to being married. A birthday, you go from being that age to another age. And we celebrate these milestones. We celebrate all of these things in life that we want to commemorate and that mark, they're like a line of demarcation between the old and the new. Whether it's just a small change like a birthday, or whether it's a major change like a retirement, or the birth or a wedding. And that's all we've been doing lately. And I'm just, yeah, I'm so excited about all the transitions in everybody's lives, not just mine, but everybody's. And so that's been really fun to be a part of. The only transition that we don't celebrate in the traditional way is a death, of course. We mourn that, and there's a lot of grieving. It's not a celebration, but it is a tradition. It is something that we mark with, I don't know what the term is. It's not a celebration, but it is a gathering and a remembering and and there's always food involved. Food involved in every celebration, right? So that's been really great. And I've just been, yeah. I think after today, this is my son's kind of birthday, another birthday dinner today. And I think we're done with the parties for a while. All the transitions have been celebrated, and we're gonna kind of pare down for a bit. But yeah, so I hope everybody out there has been finding things to celebrate. But we sure have. Transitions, I heard the saying that the only thing certain in life is change. So, and speaking of that, I also, in the middle of all the celebrations and changing jobs and training, I also hired an attorney and got my will started, because that needs to be updated at this stage in life. And so that's a transition that it's wise to prepare for it far ahead of time, as much as possible. I'd like to talk more about that in future videos, about the importance of that. Because life isn't all about just celebrating the fun and the good and the joy. There is going to be a time where we have to celebrate the life of someone who has passed, and we'll have to grieve and mourn and find the traditions and the rituals and the ways that are meaningful to us in our family, in our culture, whatever it is. Because those are important too. We have to have the joy and the sadness. We live in a world of duality. We have to have the good, the bad, the light, the dark. We have to have the joy and the grief. It's just part of living as a human on this planet. And so I think it's important to, even though we naturally gravitate toward the joyful and whatnot, we also have to be prepared for the times when we're going to have those events that we're not too thrilled about. And they're going to happen to all of us. So, there you have it. My philosophy on celebrating the good, the bad, and the ugly, and giving you a little tour of what's been happening around here. Man, it's been jam-packed busy, and I love it. I love every minute of it. So, all right, till next time. See you next time. Duh.